Who's going to be the world champion? Well, these men will both try to answer. Ryu-Han-Soo, the man in red. BERNATEK battling away. The POL in prime position here. The taller of the two.
And right there, right away, chest to chest, digging for 2-on-1s. And RYU really amazing at pulling the hips to the side and creating angles. Watch him when he goes high-low. He takes his 2-on-1 and he digs the arm into the chest of BERNATEK and then pulls it straight down to the mat, almost like he's trying to take BERNATEK's hand and dig a hole into the mat.
They're both digging for gold here. BERNATEK, as you say, it's that familiar strategy. It's served him well. He's had a fantastic World Championships. And his expression and his joy at the end of the semi-final was really wonderful to behold. Can he go one better here?
There's two schools of thought to that. Sometimes when they get to the final, they're just happy to be there. And sometimes the pressure's off and they just wrestle at the highest level they can because really they know that it's all gravy to that point.
It certainly seems to be the latter for BERNATEK. The shackles are off, full of confidence, the POL, and he's established, well, no lead yet, but he's given Ryu-Han-Soo, the world champion from before, lots to think about halfway through the opening period.
Both athletes have a passive call, and the first point on the board against BERNATEK, 1 point on the board for RYU. RYU did win in his semifinal very similarly, a 2-to-1 score, came down to the passive calls, just an absolute battle with Elyassi. So Elyassi lost 2 close ones like that today. You know, it's hard to go home after that knowing that it's just been that close.
It's been close, Elyassi, as we saw him defeated for that bronze. Ryu-Han-Soo has lost a little passivity point himself there, and I'm glad to see that. I thought BERNATEK, to my untrained eye, had been involved. He'd been trying to wrestle. And he now has the criteria advantage.
And the official even saying, listen, don't put it in my hands. More action, please, more action. I want to see you score technical points.
Well, we would all echo those sentiments. Last 30 seconds, opening period here. The 66-kilogram final. Ryu-Han-Soo digging and pushing towards the edge of the mat there, but BERNATEK, good mat awareness.
And you notice that meter gold circle, and that's called the zone. And so when a wrestler steps into that zone, they'll say zone blue or zone red, and they're expected to work their way in so they know where they are on the mat. Most of them at this level know where they are on the mat, but it's just helpful to know, okay, I'm in the zone, I better start circling out.
Well, they've circled out of the centre of the mat back to their coaches as they go through the thunder flap towel routine and a little bit of massage as well. We will let you enjoy some of the highlights of this opening round of the championship final.
He's got an 80s popped collar. He's looking good.
Very popular in Korea. Collar up, but not points up at the moment for Ryu-Han-Soo. He'll be looking for the gold medal round his neck. BERNATEK, what a performance from him. Far from overawed. And they are not poles apart on the score at the moment.
At this point, I'm no prognosticator, but I have to put my money on RYU here just because he's been here before. He's been a world champion. World champions, like we said before, know how to win at the tightest moments, at the most difficult moments. So at this point, my money is on RYU. But luckily, I'm not a betting man because I would lose a lot.
Not losing at the moment, Ryu-Han-Soo on the criteria. Could it be changing now? The first passivity warning for BERNATEK in this second period. Ryu-Han-Soo been much more aggressive now, working away. Referee asking them to let go of the fingers.
Hey, Blue, attention, no finger, okay? Next time I give you push point.
Well, you can hear for yourself there, the referee keeping it rolling.
When they say attention, that means one more time, and they're going to give a caution. And anytime there's a caution in Greco-Roman, there's going to be 2 points for your opponent. So that warning puts it in perspective that if you do it again, I don't care if he starts it, it's your fault.
Finding fault so far, the referee for both. Both have the passivity hanging over them. BERNATEK has the advantage, the last man to score. Will he be the last man standing here? Gives Rihansu a little push. He's going to take a warning though.
And the second passivity against BERNATEK. So RYU now has the outright 2-1 lead with 1.5 minutes to go. They might call 2 more passivities, but at this point, someone has a 1-point lead. They're going to put the whistle away in terms of passivities in a world final.
Well, what can BERNATEK, the relative underdog here, can he find a way back into this one? Tries to grab under the smaller and more stocky Rihansu. He just slides around the corner, escapes, and kills a little bit more time on the clock, which reads 1 minute to go. Gold at stake. Poland pushing, Korea defending.
Beautiful head pull down to a front headlock. And if you watched BERNATEK, he was able to circle his hips to the outside and control the elbow and push RYU away. But at this point, you're down by a point with 40 seconds to go. You're gonna have to make attempts because they're not gonna make a call against you in the last 45 seconds. I just haven't seen it throughout the whole tournament. And the referees have been very consistent with that. Whether that was told in their early meetings or if that's an unwritten rule, they want to make sure that it's in the wrestler's hands.
One more warning there, last 20 seconds into the real business end now. Rihansu has the merest of advantages, the Korean. Well, he won the world title back in 2013. Can he find another gold here? BERNATEK, can he find an answer in the last 5 seconds? The pole exhausted. Rihansu relying on his experience, killing the clock. And I think the coach enjoyed it as well. Wonderful moments, top class from Korea. BERNATEK just runs out of steam in the end there. A superb silver for the pole. But you called it, Brian, Rihansu.
4 years later, he's a world champion again. He'll keep his belts and he'll keep his medals in a special room in his house. And you know what? They can never take the world championship away from you.
Well, there he is, 2 times world champion now. BERNATEK, oh so close. Certainly didn't lose that one. It was the Korean who won it. Had to rely on superior experience as he raises the Tekgugi, which is the Korean flag. And as is customary, a show of respect to the Korean flag. Lovely to see culture exemplified in the champion here. Rihansu, the best of the bunch.
I've always been so impressed with the reverence and of the Koreans.